Hi, I'm Georgia. Welcome to We Play Along Letter of the Week, and today we're going to be doing the letter E.
Play, play, play along. Come on and play along. Play, play, play along. Come on and play along.
Okay, so today's letter is the letter E, and to make an E, you're going to put your thumb under your other fingers. You're going to hold it up here by your shoulder. Now, E is one of those vowels or those superstar letters that is like the glue that holds all the other letters together. So like the letter A. So it has different sounds. For the long E, we're going to do that on a long arm. So you're going to put your arm out here and they make that sign of E. And that's where words that are going to start or have the long E sound in them. For the short E, we're going to put it right back up here near our shoulder where you would normally sign. But then E also has some different sounds. So we're going to do a couple different words for the different sounds. But we're going to start off with the long E sound words. Okay, so our first word that has a long E in it is the sign for eat. This is the sign for eat. It's also the same sign for food. But for now we're going to do eat. So you just take a piece, take your hand like you're going to be feeding yourself food, okay? This is a sign for eat. I really do love to eat, okay? So that's that. Another word that has a long E in it is the sign for ear. So for ear, you're just going to like tug your, it's kind of wiggle your earlobe. Here, ear. Okay, we have two ears. One of our favorite birds, in America is the eagle. Now this is a sign for bird, and most of the birds you would do this, but eagle's a kind of a special bird because it's got that hooked bill or that beak there. So this is the sign for eagle. So you're going to make this as a letter X. You're going to put that up by your nose, by your mouth, and you're going to like kind of move it twice. Double movement. Eagle. Eagle. The eagle is the bird that kind of symbolizes America. And this would be big, but if you're going to make L hands and you kind of swirl them around like that and come out like that, this is a sign for enormous, which is really big, okay? Enormous means really big. Now some words that we're going to have here have a short E sound. The short E sound is eh. Eh. And our first word here is exercise. So you're going to put your hands up here and it's like you're exercising. Exercise. We should exercise every day so that we can stay in shape. The sign for egg, and what do you do with eggs? You crack them. So you're going to take two fingers like this and you're going to tap them and then split them apart, because when you crack an egg, I'm going to make scrambled eggs for breakfast. I have to crack that egg. And then some words I couldn't figure out how to make a picture. So here's one, the sign for end. So you're going to make your hand, put one hand here and you're going to come drag this over and go over to the end. The end of the story will end with, and they lived happily ever after. The sign for elephant. And remember when they did ASL, they tried to make the words iconic so that they look like what the word is. So elephant is like this for the trunk. You're going to come off your nose and down. So this is the sign for elephant. The really enormous elephant lived in Africa. And sometimes we get very excited. So you're going to take your hands and you're going to swirl them around your chest like this. This is a sign for excited. So you're full of excitement. So you're going to be bringing your hands up with a big smile on your face. Oh, I was so excited on my birthday. And a lot of your body parts, like ear, you grabbed your ear. Remember? For elbow, you're going to point to your elbow. Elbow. I hate it when I hit that crazy bone on my elbow. Ugh, it really hurts. Elbow. And some people live in an apartment building or you have to go up an elevator. So here we're going to use, it's an initialized sign. where you're going to make that letter E, and you make a flat hand here, and you start at the bottom, and you're going to go up and down. This is a sign for elevator. So when I go visit my son, I have to take the elevator up to his apartment. Now E, like I said, it can be a long E with an E sound or a short E with an S sound, but sometimes E makes a different sound. In this word earth, it makes kind of an sound. You're going to make a fist, and you're going to take your thumb and your middle finger and rock it back and forth across the back of your hand. This is the sign for earth. Earth. The earth is the third planet from the sun. And sometimes, again, we have I didn't know how to make a picture for this word, but earthquake is a cute sign. Okay, not so fun when you're in the middle one, right? But the earth shakes, right? So we're going to rock, because this is the earth sign, and then we're going to shake. You know, sometimes being in an earthquake is a little scary. Okay. Okay. So now you've learned a lot of words. Go back and review them, because I'm going to tell you kind of another goofy story where you're going to get to practice recognizing the signs. Okay, so now are you ready for this story? Now remember, I'm not going to say the words that I'm going to sign. They're just going to be the words I just showed you this last little bit. Okay, here we go. Once upon a time, and with big beautiful wings, and then were very good friends, would fly above thee, telling where the best trees were for him to, and would stomp on the ground so hard to scare the mice out, so that would have food too as well. Now one day laid her first, and it was such a special, because it was her first. Day and night, night and day, sat on her until one day at the of the day, her baby started to hatch. Meanwhile, had been looking forward to this day. He was so that he spent all day so that he would be in good shape to stomp on the ground and scare out all the mice. But in doing so much, he had injured his and couldn't stomp at all. But when he heard about the baby, he jumped up and down until it felt like flew above thee, telling everybody about her baby. And somehow I have to work in this story, and I don't have a clue on how to do that. So they all lived happily ever after. Okay, now this next time I'm going to say this basically the same story. You're not going to have the picture clues. So see if you can hopefully follow along, okay? Once upon a time, and with big beautiful wings, and then were good friends, would fly above thee, telling where the best trees were for him to, and would stomp on the ground really hard, chasing the mice out so that would have food too as well. Now one day laid and this was a very special, because it was her first day and night, night and day, sat on her until one day at the of the day her started to hatch. Meanwhile, had been so about this baby that he had been really hard so he could stomp out lots of mice, so that and her baby would have food too. But he had so much, he had injured his and couldn't stomp it all. But when he heard about baby being born, he jumped up and down. It felt like and scared out lots of mice, so could go and get lots of food for her and her baby too. Now, somehow I have to work into this story and I don't have a clue on how to do that. So, and they all lived happily ever after. Okay, now that was the letter E and lots of words that start with the letter E. So if you haven't watched the first A, B, C, and D, go back and check those out and learn lots more words, okay? And be sure you subscribe so you'll get F through Z. Okay, so we'll see you next week.
Play, play, play along. Come on and play along.